All right. So Candice Patton said something interesting. She said that the CW did nothing to protect her against racist fans. Now, for those of you who don't know, she is a co-star of the TV series, the WB TV series, The Flash. And she basically plays Iris West, who is the Flash's love interest, and she might even be his wife by now. I don't know. I stopped watching that show. And that's because it became too woke. And a lot of fans have stopped watching the show of all races, genders, etc., 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 because the WB focus so hard on creating a woke narrative that they forget about the quality of the content, and it's very off-putting. So I kind of stepped away from everything they did. That whole universe, yeah, we could do without that. Or I can do without that, rather. And it's funny because as a black man, I'm probably who they are trying to attract with all of this nonsense. But you can't include everyone without excluding someone. So there you have it. You're not going to make everybody happy. And if your goal is to make a very unique niche of people happy, which in this case would be black women, I don't think you're going to convince many black women to watch The Flash, even if The Flash herself was a black woman and the entire cast looked like Wakanda. They still wouldn't watch The Flash because it's not their thing. So, yeah, you kind of barked up the wrong frog there, WB. Anyway, so apparently in their efforts to be woke, they are not woke enough. Candice Patton said the CW did nothing to protect her against racist fans. Now, how ungrateful is she? How ungrateful do you have to be to take somebody who took you from nothing? And by nothing, I mean, there's no mention of your career prior to that. I don't know what you did. I didn't take the time out to IDBM you, but all I know you from is that, and not many people watch that. And I don't even watch that. In fact, if they hadn't, put it like this, they gave you a name, and that name is Iris West. No one knows Candice Patton. Instead of saying thank you for giving me an opportunity to play in a role that is really made for a white woman. Let's be clear, in the comic books, just like Lois Lane and who's Batman's love interest? I don't know, Catwoman or whatever, and just like what's her name? Mary Jane. That was a white woman. They basically took a white woman and said, you know something? I'm going to step out on a limb because I want to seem woke. I want to seem woke, so I am going to hire you in the place of a white woman. Now, somewhere out there is a white woman who would have had this role, who probably would have appreciated it a lot more, who probably wouldn't just wait until everything is done and say, oh, they didn't protect me from people who saying, why didn't y'all replace her with a black woman? How ungrateful are you? Now, there's a lot of this going on, and it's ruining the comic book world for comic book fans. But they don't care about that, as long as they get their woke narrative out there. Okay, so it says, while she mentions taking the role as a journalist, superhero dispatcher. Okay, stop right there for a second. Superhero dispatcher. Now, really, in the comic books, Iris West is just a journalist. Kind of like Mary Jane just did her thing and Lois Lane was a reporter. Like, they weren't. So when they formed the Justice League, they didn't have like Lois Lane as a secretary in there, or not even a secretary, really just like the leader of the group telling everybody where to go. Like, oh, yes, there's a problem in Gotham. Okay, Batman, you go. Well, you don't really have to say that. I know that Gotham is my city. So they kind of like over inflated her. They really just put her out there like, oh, I am Iris West. She is the one that keeps everything together. No, she is the one that get the Flash a sandwich, and he could really get his own sandwich pretty damn fast. So not only did they give you the role, which wasn't really written for you, they also went out of their way to aggrandize that particular position, to show you in a position of as much power as reasonably possible. You are a person without superpowers, at least last I watched, giving orders to those with them. Because being a black woman is a power. Just ask the WB. Anyway, it says, when she mentions taking a role journalist as superhero, Iris West, The Flash, out of interest in part and need to pay rent. So stop it. Okay. They paid your rent. And this is how you repay them. They gave you an opportunity to pay your rent. All right. Patton, now 34, quickly discovered how all this stuff, quote, all this stuff comes with it. And you're changing the way people view superhero genres and creating spaces for women of color that have never had that. And it's a lot of responsibility and a lot of tension. It comes with a lot. Okay, shut your ass up. Just shut up. Really, I mean it. You're not paving nothing. Are you Eartha Kitt? I mean, like, how many are you Storm? Are you Halle Berry? Like, who are, and these were actually characters, well, not in the case of Catwoman, not in the case of Eartha Kitt Catwoman, but like people like Storm, like they were written as black women and played by black women. And yeah, they have paved the way long before you came with your crappy little show. It's not bad enough that the show aggrandized yourself. You aggrandized you. You had to add to it. You had to put 10 on 2. I'm paving the way. Shut up. You are not Rosa Parks. You are just, I'm pretty sure that the series is over, that the Flash is over. I know that all of that superhero stuff was just going down the wayside. I think the Flash was like the last one, the last man standing. And that's really, I watched it because of her father. Her father was like the strong black male presence in it. But anyway. The point is that you suck as a human being. You suck as a human being. You bite the hand that feeds you once they stop feeding you. All right. It says, and it's also a very dangerous place to be in when you're one of the first. You're not one of the first. You're not even one of the first in like modern times. The fact that you see yourself as one of the first really shows how little comic book, type movies you've watched in your entire life. Because your particular demographic is not really into that stuff. Therefore, you really don't know of the ones that was actually printed in ink that came prior to you. You don't. You're just taking jobs from somebody who understands the roles and not appreciate it. Okay, it's a very dangerous place to be in when you're one of the first and you're receiving so much backlash from it. How much backlash are you receiving? Okay, let me cover this. There is no backlash. I mean, outside of some probably Tennessee XXX jug drinking dude out there, there's probably not any backlash at all. Think about it. Who else is getting backlash? I mean, they did like a whole Wakanda Forever. They did like a whole Black Panther production with 90% black people in it in a black world. And who from that complained about racism? Who? Like, they got the Hulk as a black person. Where's the complaints? They got a new black Captain Marvel. That's female. Where's the complaints? How come none of the major productions are getting complaints, or nobody from those major productions are complaining about the complaints? Just you. Just you. Now that you're out of work and you're trying to just, paint yourself as the Harriet Tubman of black actresses, you're coming out of nowhere with this crap. Now, people understand it a little better, and they understand how fans can be racist. Oh my God. Why are you insulting? Well, okay, for one, am I racist? As a black man, am I racist? No, I left the show because it sucked, and it sucked because they were trying to not be racist for people like you. Y'all make it suck. When was The Flash racist? Was it racist before? Was anything racist about like a white dude with superpowers marrying a white chick with red hair and saving the world from racists? Is there anything racist about that? How was it racist before that? Like, how are comic book fans racist? I mean, is there like a racist superhero that they're just worshiping or something? So this is weird. So basically, she accused the fan base of being racist. And then she continues to say, especially in the genre, misogynistic, all that. Oh my God. Oh my God. So now she just crapped on the fan base because, apparently the network that dedicated itself to being woke, the WB or the CW. Oh, and by the way, they call it that to insult you. They call the W is to insult your intelligent black people. It's the same as Hillary Clinton with the hot sauce in her purse. Like if I put a big lip frog on it and say W, black people will watch it because of the W. They think you're W stupid. But in an attempt to appease you, they hire people like Iris West who will still just crap all over you. They will call you the one thing that you dedicated your brand not to be, because she says that you didn't protect her from people online with freedom of speech. What are they going to do? What can they do? What can they do to me? Your nose is too big. They can't do nothing. They can't do nothing. Listen, I can sit and just clown you all damn day, but I'm not. I'm going to keep this under 15 minutes. And CW can't do nothing. They should have protected you. How? What? They should send somebody to my house to try to beat me up? You're stupid. You deserve to never work again, and I hope you don't. The W bye.